evening and welcome. You are watching QRTRV News from the Kingdom of Canada with me, Her Excellency Darlene Ondy, Press Secretary, National Minister of Infrastructure and Highways, and today's host of today's Breaking News Exclusive, this January 13, 2025. And I want to thank you, Your Royal Majesty, for being here. I know how exceptionally busy you are, for taking this time for this so incredible explanation of today's royal decree that I had the honor and privilege of reading. It is Royal Decree number 70280-A. Yes. National Economic State of Emergency Declaration in the Kingdom of Canada. And I want to thank you for being here for the We the People to explain exactly how significant this is. So again, I want to thank you for being here. I will go through all your titles at another time, but we have so much to speak to, Your Royal Majesty, that I really would like to have you take it from here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, and thank you, everyone. Welcome to QRTRV News, to the regular viewers, as well as those joining for the very first time tonight. Thank you for being here, and welcome, especially our VIPs, the children. And I would like to say greetings to my sister number 1, and all sisters number 2, and brothers number 2 and number 1. So thank you also to Her Excellency Darlene Ondy, our host for tonight for this special edition of QRTRV News. Thank you for joining this very, very important edition. So during this time, I would like to explain or enlighten we the people of the Kingdom of Canada, we the people of America, and the world as to how this royal decree, the declaration of national economic state of emergency in the Kingdom of Canada, how this affects all of us, not just the Kingdom of Canada, not just America, but the entire world. So I will begin with number 1, what it means for the Kingdom of Canada and Canadian nationals. Note that this is a declaration of national economic state of emergency in the Kingdom of Canada. I will repeat. Declaration of national economic state of emergency in the Kingdom of Canada. How it affects you, the Kingdom of Canada nationals, and the kingdom as a whole. Okay? Now, I will explain this from the perspective of an investor. So the Kingdom of Canada invested money in America, specifically on the National Treasury Bond of America, the United States of America. That means the Kingdom of Canada purchased a total of 328 billion, yes, that's B, 328 billion 700 million in total of national treasury bonds. To simplify for the VIPs, the children who may be watching this and hearing the word treasury bonds for the first time, it's simply a IOU note because America needed cash, okay, to help the country They came to Canadian nationals, to the Canadian government at that time, and say, we need to borrow from you. Or sometimes the National Treasury will say, we will issue a bond, National Treasury bond, because we need money. And Canada, because we are richer than America, we decided we will buy some of their National Treasury bond. Of course, because we love our brothers and sisters and our neighbors in the South, we figured, why not help them? So in total, we purchased, right? The old government purchased on behalf of we the people of the kingdom, 328.7 billion worth of National Treasury bond issued by the National Treasury of America. However, as the Queen now of the Kingdom of Canada and the Queen of we the people of the Kingdom of Canada, the responsibility falls upon me as the head of state, Commander-in-Chief and Queen, to ensure that all of our investments around the world, not just in America, are safe. Because those investments are we the people's money. With that said, I looked at, since the beginning of time, the history of how America system, the financial system and leadership has managed America. And extremely disappointed I am to say this. All previous governments and leaders of America failed we the people of America, financially, internationally. I'm talking about the system and those who run them. So the financial system failed, the political system failed, the leaderships failed. So as a head of state of the Kingdom of Canada, I said it is my responsibility to ensure that the money that belongs to the people of the Kingdom of Canada is protected. And so I have, because of also economic downturn that is happening around the world, especially in America, where we are neighbors, I have decided that we need to cash in all of the 328 billion as a matter of emergency, national state of emergency, to protect our economy, economic safety, economic sovereignty, and independence. I have decided to cash in all of 328.7 billion, which is in the form of U.S. National Treasury bond. We're cashing that in and converting that into gold bars and or silver bars. Gold is not subject to inflation. It is not subject to political nonsense. It is stable, and we can use it as a collateral if we need to issue our own national bond to keep our economy strong and stable. As many of you are aware, the US Treasury, or the USD, is backed by nothing. So when America's economy goes down, there goes the value of their money. And that would have been completely and absolutely lost. All that 328 billion, 700 million would have been lost for the people of the Kingdom of Canada. So this is why we are selling it. We are calling upon that bond, because that bond is secured. There's a surety to that. It's secured by the National Treasury. And for those of you who will say, but Queen Romana, they issue their money when they create their debts. There are two types of debts the government has. One is domestic. That one they don't have to pay because they owe that to their own people. So if America went bankrupt, then they can turn around and say to their people, we don't have money to pay what we owe you. However, the second one is the one that we hold, which is the foreign debt bond. That one is secured. But again, because it's USD and it's fiat currency, many of you know the train has left the station on that one. I have taken it upon myself to ensure that the 328 billion, 700 million is in the form of gold and or silver. So that's one of the main reasons. Okay, so that is how it affects you, the Canadian nationals, and the Kingdom of Canada. All right. As I said, this is not subject to inflation, and this is to stabilize the economy of the Kingdom of Canada. The Declaration of National Economic State of Emergency, what it means also in the Kingdom of Canada, specifically, will mean all projects and programs, and I'm referring to the useless projects and programs, duplicated programs, will be gone. I will give you some of the examples. Expect projects to be defunded, and I will give you a few examples. Those projects that has to do with museums, arenas, art galleries, those are nice to have, but not essential. Instead, under the National Economic State of Emergency, we will continue to focus on investing only on urgent and important projects directly related to national economic security, national economic safety, national economic sovereignty, national safety and security of the Kingdom of Canada. Notice that I've secured the borders long before some robots said that we have to close our borders and secure the borders. And last but certainly not least, invest in national safety and security of the Kingdom of Canada nationals. Also, on the chopping board, or the chopping block, are all third-party service deliveries. And then you can expect. Note that the Royal Decree 70280-A, I started with A because there are following letters to that. So you can expect that the Kingdom of Canada will continue selling off. The word selling off, meaning we own them. I was reading some of the comments earlier, and I think this was someone from Quebec who perhaps through language translation misunderstood the Royal Decree and interpreted it the other way around, thinking that we purchase someone's debt and we promise to pay them by the end of the year. So this is actually why I'm here to explain to you what the Royal Decree is really about. Okay? So going back to we the people of the Kingdom of Canada will continue selling off all foreign assets that we hold in our investment portfolios that are not backed by precious metals or critical minerals. Yes, you can expect even real estate assets will be sold in foreign countries. And anything that is fiat currency based inside all of our portfolios, investment portfolios, are a gunner. They're kaput. So that's what it means for the Kingdom of Canada and Kingdom of Canada nationals. Next is what it means for the United States of America and American nationals. For those of you in America, the Americans, when I speak of this royal decree, remember that this is specific to the old system, the political system, the financial system, and the leadership system. This has nothing to do with we the people, the ordinary folks. So this is a reality check on America's failed systems. Failed economic system, failed financial system equals capitalism. You focused so much on profits, you forgot your real job, and that was to take care of we the people of America and the world. Failed national leadership system for the world to emulate. There is a imagination of some sort, and delivered by the mainstream media, that America was the best system, or had the best system, had the best leaders, had the best financial system, had the best political system in the world. Au contraire, contrary to your imaginative belief, Look at your systems. They have, and all failed. Failed government system model of the world, failed national leadership system. I've watched how Americans were divided by political parties, prosecuting one another, persecuting one another. No one was looking at how are we going to fix this problem, where to start, and where to begin, or how are we going to begin. As a result, America has zero let me repeat that, zero credibility now in the world. I know many of you in America will not take kindly to this constructive criticism from the Queen of the Kingdom of Canada, but this is your reality. You can continue to deny it, it's not going to go away. My concern is that we, the people of America, under natural law. I'm not here to play politics. I'm not here to play religion. You have failed to take care of the very basic needs of we, the people of America. The world has lost trust and respect in America's system. The world has pivoted to BRICS nations, to the BRICS system. USA is in pure chaos and mess. And America talks about taking over other countries. Get a hold of yourselves. You can't even run your own country. You don't even know where to start on how to clean up America. And here you are, feeding your robots to go on national TV, to continue to scare and fear-monger about you taking over another country. How about start by taking one city in your country, in America, and fixing it. Once you're done with that, continue fixing another one, another one, another one. You have 50 states plus how many territories to fix? Start there. So here's more of a, if that was not enough, what it means, the Royal Decree 280, 70280-A, what it means for USA. When your national treasury defaults on those bonds that we are collecting, we, the Kingdom of Canada, which is 328,700,000,000, the Kingdom of Canada and Kingdom of Canada nationals will have the first rights on all of your natural resources. And you can go back to the Royal Decree. I have listed all those first rights of refusal in the decree. Next, it means Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana will run and manage America under natural law and ensure the American people are taken care of and the creditors of America gets paid. Because the creditors, the foreign creditors of America, not just the Kingdom of Canada, those debts that you owe belong to we the people of those countries. And here's another one that has not been covered by many. I don't think any of your mainstream media or even your leaderships have the balls to cover this one and inform the American people that in the next 4 years, beginning this year, America will have around 10 trillion treasury bonds maturing. Those are all debts, 10 trillion in the next 4 years. When a bond matures, meaning the full amount plus the interest as promised on those bonds are payable. And if the holders of those bonds, the countries that holds those bonds, say, no, we want to cash it in, you have to pay us, or we will take part of your country or your natural resources. That's what I have done on behalf of the Kingdom of Canada nationals. Because we have to ensure that those investments are not lost just because your leaderships failed to do what was right for your country and people. So with that 10 trillion, that is around 10 trillion US dollars that are maturing this next 4 years, you have to pay out. You have to pay those out. And none of the leaderships you had in place and you had chosen to this point will have the ability to fix your problem. And above all else, you have zero leadership that is trusted, that is respected by other head of states around the world. Because the world has woken up to the reality of what the old American system had done when they continued to support America. It's like taking a hammer and hitting your head twice and asking why you're bleeding. Now, going back to the royal decree, when the Kingdom of Canada is running and managing and guiding America, it will mean that Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana will deal with America's foreign creditors. They trust, respect Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana to be fair to all. But they don't have the same respect and trust with any of the leaders who were and are part and parcel of the old system. So to the mainstream media, you can deny, you can regurgitate the false narratives that your handlers have been giving to you. But reality has knocked on your doors, and that has to be dealt with. So again, the failed American runaway trains, one failed financial chaos and mess left behind. Train number 2, failed political chaos and mess left behind. And 3, failed international diplomatic mess and chaos left behind by the old system, by the old leadership. The old mindset of the West, old systems, trained the West not to solve problems, but to sow division, hatred, and chaos. To cover inferiority with false narratives using projections. The war on false narratives is over. America's systems have lost. And now, for we the people of the world, what it means for you and for the countries that are holding US bonds. The IOU note with surety, that's the Treasury bonds. The Kingdom of Canada and the Kingdom of Canada nationals will have first rights on all of natural resources of all 50 states and territories, all 50 states and territories of America. I'm addressing the people of the world and the head of states, especially of those countries that are holding National Treasury Bond of America. I am Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana, will run and manage and guide America under natural law to ensure the American people are taken care of, American creditors are taken care of, and the Kingdom of Canada is taken care of. As I have mentioned, America in the next 4 years will have around 10 trillion treasury bonds maturing. That's a lot for a country, America, whose economy is failed, crippled by continued politicizing, by continued incompetence, and by continued bullying, instead of taking care of the national interest of the people of America. I am Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana, will deal with you, head of states of foreign countries who are creditors to America. I realize that it is only I whom You have full and complete trust to ensure that your countries, your investments in America will be paid off based on fairness and equality without sacrificing other countries' interests and that of the Americans' interest. I thank you for your trust and respect. It is a responsibility that I know and realize is exceptionally very, very high and very, very serious. But I know that with your trust and confidence in me and your respect, we will work together to ensure that the American people and your people and my people once again do not go through this failed system, this failed leadership. My last piece of note here, it says, who will deal with America's foreign creditors? So this is now a summary. And I'm trying to wet my lips because I have a cold. And this is actually a lemon juice with, I think, garlic in here. Yes? Ginger and honey. Pardon me. And you can tell by my voice that I'm recovering from a cold. So, for those Americans and the witty people in the Kingdom of Canada and around the world, if you're asking, Queen Romana, at the end of the day, who is going to deal with all of this mess? Who will deal with America's foreign creditors? After you take control, manage, and guide America, I will be, while I will deal with all America's foreign creditors. All of that, of course, will have to be negotiated at the right time, the right place. The head of states from around the world know of Queen Romana, regardless of the denial that the mainstream media has been doing. Know this. The head of states from around the world know of and trust, respect Queen Romana to be fair to all parties. They know. I don't even have to put it in writing. I don't even have to shake their hands. But the same head of states do not have the same respect and trust with any of the American leaders who were and are part and parcel of the very old system that created this mess. And for the wicked people of America, many already know of Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana and have expressed their wishes to be part of the Kingdom of Canada under natural law. The royal decree I have issued, Royal Decree 280-1, pardon me, -A. There's -1 after that, because I should remember we'll be continuing to sell all of our foreign holdings that are not backed by precious metals and critical minerals. So we the people, as I said, of America, who have expressed their willingness to move to the Kingdom of Canada and join the Kingdom of Canada under natural law. America is already under natural law. And rest assured that under my leadership, management, and guidance, that your country, the Kingdom of America, will be run, managed, and guided and protected as I am doing in the Kingdom of Canada. There will be one major difference when I negotiate with your foreign creditors on your behalf. This I am addressing the American people. I negotiate from a position of peace. Not from a position of a gun barrel. That second position of negotiating under a gun barrel is used by head of states who do not know how to run and manage a country and how to run and manage and lead peacefully. So that timeline of negotiating under a barrel of a gun, forcing another country to hand over their national treasury so that you can control that country, that part is over. I can assure you that timeline is over. With that, I thank you for being here. Thank you, Her Excellency Darlene Ondi, for hosting this special edition of QRTRV News. And all of QRTRV News team, thank you for your dedication and service to the we the people of the Kingdom of Canada and the world. Thank you and good night.